Hi guys. So I wanted to talk about my New Year's resolution because it is January 1st. Just got home and I made a video later way last night at like 12 a.m. or like just after that, and I need to make some changes pretty much. So yeah. So for New Year's resolutions, by the way, the date is January 1st, 2026. And for my first resolution, it's going to be holding, if you saw my last video, it's going to be holding people, like friends in that, to higher expectations. Because if all the situation was we were hanging out at one friend's house and we were all there. He invited some of his mates that I don't really know, and we were just all hanging out, and then I walked off for a minute, and the majority of my friends, except the one who's hosting the party, they all left and drove off to go celebrate New Year's in the city, or in the town, and I was left there with a bunch of guys who I didn't really like, because I brought some cigars and I brought some whiskey, and the guys that we didn't really know there, they ended up smoking them and then drinking 3/4 of my whiskey when I wasn't there, and then they don't even really try to spark a conversation with me or anything. They kind of just, they're pretty dry, and it's like, I don't really like those people, I'm gonna be honest. Or I don't really don't want to say don't like those people, but I don't get along with them well. And so they left me at the party with those guys, and so I'm obviously not having that good of a time anymore. And so I just have to leave, and I couldn't drive because I was drunk, and so I started walking, and I walked along the highway 4 or 3 hours towards the town, because I just didn't know where else to go. My home is in town, and everybody celebrating was in town, and I wasn't like going towards everybody celebrating. I kind of just wanted to go home. And that's when I made the video yesterday, when I was like halfway there. I ended up getting 3 hours into, maybe it was probably about a 5-hour walk, and 3 hours in, someone pulled off and gave me a ride into Nelson, which was really nice. And then I wandered around Nelson, and I went to the clubs, and first time actually going to the clubs, and I realized that the clubs aren't really for me, or at least the small town clubs here aren't really for me, because it just, everybody was kind of just like standing around in their own groups, and going alone, you kind of want to meet new people, but like everyone was a bit like just really in their own groups and that. And I ended up playing pool with some group I found, and that was nice. And then I walked to McDonald's and met some guys there, and had chats and that, and they're pretty cool. And then I got a taxi back out to the friend's house that I left, because I left my car and all my stuff there. Slept there, and then went up to my other friends, one of the friends who left and then into town and then came back. Those guys had already come back by the time I got to town, come back to my friend's house who was hosting the party, and then when I woke up that morning, one of those friends who had left me, I went to his house for breakfast. But I was like gonna just wake up and leave and drive off, but he actually apologized and he said he was really sorry and he said it was really dry of him and so I was like, okay, yeah. And this is one of the friends, like, this is like who I would consider my best friend. Like, I've known this guy since I first got to New Zealand and we've been really tight. And like it means a lot that he apologized and like he was really sorry. Which was it was nice, But yeah. And then went to his house for breakfast and I think I'm gonna meet up with him later today, but I really it's a very mixed night. I definitely wasn't the New Year's I kinda was expecting or really wanted, but you live and you learn, and what I have learned is that I need to set better expectations for my friends, and or better boundaries, and if they do that, then they are not going to, like, I'm not going to put energy into hanging out with them if they do that. So that's one of my New Year's resolutions: better boundaries with friends, and that also translates to my own self-worth, because if I don't expect other people to value me, how am I supposed to expect myself to value me? And yeah. And then other New Year's resolutions is I want to be healthier. I did a lot of smoking and drinking, and it didn't really make anything funner. Like, I probably would have rather been sober. And so that's one of my New Year's resolutions, is like, if it's the right occasion for it, then yeah. But generally, I'm not just gonna drink for the sake of drinking. Like, everybody else there was drinking, so I was like, okay, I'll drink too. But it just wasn't it. Like, I could completely enjoy it sober, and I would have been able to drive my own car, which would have been nice. So be a bit healthier. My next New Year's resolution is stop throwing around money, because I've been doing that a lot lately since I did the finance stuff, and I'm still doing a little bit of it, the digital finance, and I keep just throwing around money at stuff, and I not to throw around, like, not gatekeep my money, but spend on things that's worth spending on. Like, yeah. Then work out more, and I'm not gonna work out so that other people can see me. I'm gonna work out to be healthy, because I don't really I'm not really too worried about, like, my build and that, and that's not something I think I got a fine build, and I've grew up on a farm, and I'm just very capable, like it doesn't look, it's not like defined muscle and that, but like I've been lifting rocks like my whole life and stuff, and moving trailers, and so yeah. But I do want to still work out to be healthy, and so I'm not going to go to the gym anymore. I'm going to actually do workouts that I enjoy. So, like, for cardio and that, I'm going to go swimming, and I wrote some of the stuff down. For legs and lungs, I can play soccer. For stretching, shoulders, and that, I can climb trees, and upper body, and, like, there's things I can actually enjoy doing, like rock climbing, swimming, football, and all of those things that and do more of those. Yeah, that's another New Year's resolution that I actually enjoy doing, and yeah. Yeah, so that's what I've got down for New Year's resolution. I'm kind of like gonna, I don't like to use the word lock in, but kind of just do better, because what keeps happening is I keep saying really high expectations for myself that I can't meet, and then when I don't meet them, I'm like, oh, come on, man. Why are you, you're better than this. And the truth is I'm not better than that. And I am not at, like, I'm not, it's like telling a toddler to go write a book. It's like they're not at that point in their life. They haven't learned all that yet. So it's like you can't put that expectation, and I can't put those expectations on myself. But what you can do is, you can start teaching the kid letters. And so instead of putting these expectations on myself, I'm going to start working towards them as goals. Yeah, because, yeah. So instead of saying, oh man, you need to be, able to, like, talk with girls and get their Instagrams or numbers and that, I'm gonna say, maybe I can start talking to people more to build up my confidence, or something like that. Get out of my comfort zone, which I think I've struggled with in the past. Like, it's like I dog on myself for not holding boundaries with my friends, and then I dog on myself for messing up that last date I went on. And it's like, dude, stop shaming yourself. That's not going to change anything, and that's just how it is. Oh, sorry, someone knocked on the door. But yeah, it's just holding myself, like, not holding myself to expectations and that, just doing the next thing to get where I want to go. Yeah, and that's about it for my New Year's resolutions. Hope everyone had a good New Year's. That's the end of the video.